The legends have dealt with a lot before. They've battled demons and gods and speedsters and now aliens. But in this episode, they had to deal with serving up burgers at a diner. So things just get even crazier with aliens and secret sauces and Amelia Earhart. So yeah, it was a crazy episode, but I did absolutely love it. And if you haven't seen it already, you can go check out my full episode review and breakdown for the first episode of season 6. But today we are talking specifically about episode 2 of DC's Legends of Tomorrow season 6. So guys, I love this episode, but if you haven't seen it yet, quick spoiler warning because we are breaking this episode down in depth. So anyway guys, let's get into this. So, in this episode, the legends are sent back to San Bernadino, 1955, where they go to Big Bang Burger, which was kind of where most of this episode took place. And this whole thing, I loved it. I loved the whole burger joint idea, and I loved that it was in the 50s and all that stuff. It was great. I absolutely loved it. So we had a bunch of different squads kind of splitting up in this episode, like how we had Nate, Behrad, and Zari getting jobs at Big Bang Burger to try and find the alien. And we got Nate wearing the short shorts and riding around on the roller skates. Behrad is being the burger master here, trying to teach his sister Zari how to work the grill and all that stuff. But meanwhile, we have Ava, Spooner, Constantine, and Mick who go and discover that the aliens that are in this town that they came here looking for are actually in the Big Bang Burger secret sauce. So that's why Spooner was going all crazy here this whole time, because she, everywhere she went, she sensed the aliens, and that's because it was literally inside of everybody, because they ate the burgers with the secret sauce, which basically was alien sauce or alien ooze, which is nasty. So this is when Ava actually goes to the owner's house to meet his wife, who is the one that's actually making the secret sauce. But turns out she evil, so that's not good, because apparently she discovered this alien cocoon in her attic and it just started dripping and leaking, and she was like, yeah, this sounds like a good idea to add to our menu. That's disgusting. Yeah, that's totally something you're going to do. You find alien ooze in your attic and you think that's a good idea to add to your menu. That's nasty. But anyway, it's something that she did. So she did that, and now everybody is addicted to this crazy alien sauce. And so everybody, it's kind of become like an addiction at this point. Everybody that eats these burgers with the secret sauce, they are now completely addicted. So now they all go, and all of these alien sauce addicts, they attack Big Bang Burger, where Behrad actually gives Zari the totem to try and help battle the alien sauce addicts. And we also got Nate and Behrad in there also serving up the burgers and, giving them out to the customers and all that stuff. So that was pretty cool to see here in this scene as well. But in the end, the burger buddies, they save the day. But then all of a sudden, the alien that's inside that cocoon, it actually hatches. And just as Behrad actually said, it's Mothra. It's literally Mothra. It's like a giant moth-like alien, which was awesome. And again, great reference from Behrad. That's Mothra from, if you saw Godzilla King of the Monsters, Mothra was in that movie. So I think that was a nice reference, especially because, Warner Brothers made that movie, and this is like Warner Brothers TV. So, yeah, that was pretty cool to see there. But now we got this Mothra alien on the loose, and of course, it goes to Big Bang Burger, and it actually eats both the owner, Bert, and his wife, even though she was calling it her baby and taking care of it and all that stuff. But, yeah, it wasn't as nice to her as she was to it, because it just straight up ate her. But it was actually pretty easy to defeat here, though, because Spooner literally just pulls out a blaster, shoots it, and it's dead. So she said that she's been, tracking these aliens and studying them for years, but I guess she really has this, if she has this giant blaster that you just one shot and they're dead. So that was honestly pretty impressive there. But, by the end of this episode, once everything's all said and done, one of the things I thought was pretty cool here is that the head waitress actually reopens Big Bang Burger as Big Belly Burger, which was something I was wondering about, because seeing the preview for this week and them talking about Big Bang Burger, I was like, whoa, that's just like Big Belly Burger from The Flash. So turns out this is actually the origin story for Big Belly Burger. So I think that was pretty awesome. And again, that was something I was thinking about, that like maybe this is like a previous version of it or like an alternate version, but I didn't think they'd actually do it, but they did. So that was honestly pretty awesome, and I did enjoy that reference right there. And another cool thing we saw in this episode towards the end was that Zari 1.0 actually returns. OG Zari from inside the Totem. We see that Zari 2.0 and Behrad are on a couch and they're arguing about like who should have the totem and all that stuff, and Behrad's like, no, you should have it, and Zari's like, no, you should have it. So then all of a sudden Zari 1.0 on the inside, she's just getting tired of their arguing and she's getting annoyed, so then she just snaps her fingers, and then all of a sudden both Zari and Behrad have a totem. So now they don't have to share it anymore. Now there's two totems, which is pretty cool, because now they can be kind of like a brother-sister dynamic duo. So I think that's pretty cool there. But aside from all this Big Bang Burger, Big Belly Burger, that whole storyline in this episode, we also had Sara and Gary, who, of course, at the end of last episode, did not make it through the wormhole. So now they have crashed on an alien planet where they find a dog just wandering around out there. So, of course, they follow it and find out where this dog is going. And then they run into Amelia Earhart, which was pretty weird. But then at the same time, it kind of makes sense, because for the whole story with Amelia Earhart is, if you don't know, she was flying, I don't know if it was across the Pacific Ocean, but it was one of the oceans. That's the point here. And all of a sudden, she just disappeared and her body was never found. Everybody assumed she was dead and all this stuff. But in the show, basically the explanation is that she didn't just disappear. She didn't crash land. She was actually abducted by aliens, or somehow ended up on this alternate planet, which was pretty crazy. But then things get even crazier here when at the end of the episode, Amelia Earhart, she just gets all weird and she keeps repeating what she's saying and she gets confused and all this stuff. And then all of a sudden she attacks Sara and she's got super speed, and it was just really weird. So then Sara and Gary, they kind of escape, they run away, and then the episode ends with seeing that, all right, Sarah's on the ground and Gary's there with her, and then all of a sudden lights start approaching them, and Gary's like, oh, fireflies. But clearly it's something else. So what are these fireflies? Are they aliens? Are they robots? Are they, I don't know, but it's something, and I have no idea what it is. So let me know your theories on that in the comments below. But anyways, guys, that was how the episode ended off. And just based off the preview for next week's episode, I am so excited for this. It looks like it's going to be such a banger. So I can't wait for it. Again, I love this episode as well. But let me know your thoughts on this in the comments below. And thanks so much for watching. Please drop a like if you enjoyed this video. And hit the subscribe button so I can keep up to date on everything that goes on in the DC life.